In this video we'll take a quick look at how to bet a Trixie in an exchange, placing one bet at a time rather than betting your Trixie with a bookie where you bet all the runners all in one go. After that we'll have a look at how we can roll 20 Trixies up together using a spreadsheet, so we can bet up to 20 of them. And to make this work, of course, you will need a good percentage strike rate of winners, so you hit winning doubles and trebles with your Trixies. So a Trixie comprises 4 bets, of course, 3 doubles and a treble. And so you select 3 runners, and there are 3 bets are involved. Your first bet sets off 2 doubles, double AB, double AC, and the treble ABC. So you would have 3 bets on your first runner if you bet one in the exchange, and your second runner starts off double BC and also takes on board any winnings from runner A. Now when you get to runner C, that only comes into play if you've hit a winner with runner A, which you have double AC, or you've hit a runner with runner B and you'd have double BC coming into play, or the both won. Now if you don't hit a winner with A or B or both of them, runner C doesn't come into play, so you wouldn't have anything to put on as your third bet. Okay, so runner A sets off 3 bets, so it's 3 stakes, and runner B sets off 1 bet. That's 1 stake. Okay. Now to bet a Trixie in an exchange, you need to place 1 bet at a time using 3 separate bets, as described above, one after the other. So after bet 1 is completed and you know the result, place bet 2. And after bet 2 is completed, place bet 3. So to bet rolling Trixies, each stake that we put on starts a new Trixie. So we put our first stake on, and that sets off Trixie 1 with 3 stakes. Stake 2, once we know the result, go on to your second bet. So stake 2 starts off Trixie 2 and carries on with Trixie 1. Stake 3 sets off Trixie 3, and it also includes part of Trixie 2 and the last part of Trixie 1. Stake 4 sets off Trixie 1, second part of Trixie 3, third part of Trixie 2, and so on down the spreadsheet. So stake 5 sets off Trixie 5. Now if you can hit a series of winners somewhere in amongst your bets, you get a winning Trixie, and you would also have some other bets coming into play that would be on in amongst those same 3 stakes. So if you hit a few winners on the trot, 3, 4 or 5 for instance, you can really see things take off in this staking plan. Okay, let's have a look at the spreadsheet. Okay, name your market up there in those 3 cells. You can alter all those 3 there. Input the date to save a bit of typing. Just put the date in with a slash. Today's date is the 7th of October, so 7/10 gives you 7th of October. If you wanted 5th of June, you would put 5/6, and so on. Name your runners in there. You don't have to bet on horses. You can bet on under and over goals, or a cricket match if you want, anything you like. You can mix things up as well. You don't have to stay in the same market all the time. So bet on anything you like using this, because you're just placing 1 bet at a time, so it doesn't matter which market they're in at all. Set a unit stake. Now if you put in a bet on with a bookie, you will do something like a 10 pence, 3 doubles and a treble, or £1. So I've got 50 pence in there, so we'll set that up at £1 to keep things nice and simple. So a £1 Trixie would be 4 bets. It would cost you £4 if it all lost. Enter the starting bank over there at H4 in the bright green cell. You can enter any amount you like in there. I like to set mine off at 0, and then I can see exactly what my profit or loss is as I progress down the sheet. So, right, we'll put some nice simple odds of 2 in so you can see what's happening, and we'll get rid of commission so that you can work out the profit and loss easily for yourself if you want. Now there's some cells up here with some other information in. We'll look at those later on, and so we'll see what happens. So when you put odds in there, you get a stake appears in the blue column. Put that one in Betfair or your other exchange, and once you know the result, put the result in there. A 1 for a win, and leave it blank or put in 0 for a loss. We'll leave it at a loss for the moment. And when you put your odds in there, that stake there just simply comes from over here. Now this is these are the numbers of your Trixies, and these 3 cells here are the individual stakes. So that would be bet 1, bet 2, and bet 3 within Trixie 1, as we just described. So once you know that result, you can put your odds of your next runner in. We'll use 2 again, and then your next stake appears. Now that stake is a start of Trixie 2 with 3 stakes there, and it carries on with Trixie 1. So add those together and you get that stake there, all nice and simple. Now there's a Trixies going on, working in the background, working these out, and you can have a look at those. There's some tabs along the bottom of the spreadsheet. So we'll look at Trixie 1, and there it is. We've got horse 1 in there, look, and there's our 2 bits of odds, and we haven't got any winners, so we've got some losses here. We've lost 3 and 4 in there so far. So that Trixie's failed there because it's hit 2 losers. So once you know that result, carry on naming your runners down here, of course. I forgot those. And put another one in. And you can see once you get past, if you're hitting losers, once you get past a couple of them, the stakes stay the same. If you're hitting losers. While you're looking at what's going on here, you can see the progress of each individual Trixie down at the bottom. So those are stakes up there, but this down here is profit and loss. So if you add those together, they should come to whatever you see in the bottom cell there, in the green column, in your bank column. Now you see there's a yellow cell and a pink cell. The pink cell shows your biggest loss, and the yellow cell shows your highest profit. So if we put some winners in there, you'll see now that they're swapped round, and you started off with a small win, and your winners have built up a little bit. Now you can see if you can manage to bet a Trixie even money for a £1 unit stake, you can come out with 16 of profit before commission. Now commission isn't worked out in this spreadsheet just on that £16, it's worked out on these individual bets. So if you put 10% in there, for instance, just to keep it nice and straight, you wouldn't just take £1.60 off of 16. So it's a little bit different because it's worked out on each of these individual stakes. So as you work your way down, putting some odds in and betting some stakes and putting some results in. Each one of these sets off a new Trixie down here like this. And we've got as far as Trixie 6, I think, there. There it is, look, the first bet on Trixie 6. And there's nothing on Trixie 7 yet. and these have completed here. So the ones that are in progress will be the last 3 bets there, something like that. Okay, so that's about all there is to it. There's nothing, quite a simple sheet really. But right, so we'll have a look up here. Let's just put a couple of notes in here somewhere. You'll see that you've got average odds there. Whatever your odds are in there, it works out the average odds for you. So you can look at your profit that's happening down here somewhere, and you can, if you find that maybe if you've been using 1.5 or something all the way down, and you've hit some winners, but you've finished up with a loss. This will help you to work out how you can improve things. So you would find if you put bigger odds in, of course, you would do a little better with your Trixies for the same number of runners, of course. So if you up your stakes to 2.5 or something, and you could hit the same strike rate, you would do a little better. So that helps you to work out what odds you need to be staking at for the strike rate that you get in here. That shows you number of winners, and that shows you number of losers. Now you see we've hit 66% winners there. So you've got a winning double in that one, and a winning double in that one, and you've got 3 winning doubles altogether. So those average odds up there will help you to work out what odds are working best for you for the strike rate that you're hitting, and whether they fall in lumps or with gaps between them will affect your profit down at the bottom, of course. So that's there to help you work out what odds you need to be betting at. Now what you really want to know is what happens when you hit a series of winners. So we'll have a look at what happens to the bank column. We'll just put this back to odds of 2, stick those in there, and put some commission in. My commission rate is 2 in Betfair. And we've got a 3 on the trot there, look, and it's gone from -5 up to 25. And then we've gone right down again. It's hit another 3 there, and it's gone up to 28, 29. Now at that point there, you've got a winning Trixie, but you've got other bets as well. So you've got more than just, you're winning more than just a 16 quid's worth of one Trixie. Now if you happen to hit a few on the trot, we'll put a 1 in there, and that will connect all these up here, and you'll see it can get quite spectacular. So you can see it goes up to 72 up there, look. This is a bit optimistic, of course, 12 winners and 5 losers, but you get the idea of what can happen. Now if you get this far here, for instance, you get to there, and you've gone through this here, and you get up to 25 quid, and you think, well, it could all go downhill from here. You know, if you hit a loser there and another loser, I mean, back down to nothing almost. So you can stop and start afresh if you want. You don't have to carry on with your Trixies, because you're just placing 1 bet at a time. So by the time you get to, I don't know, whoops. So by the time you get to horse 8 there, you might decide to clear the spreadsheet and start again, pocket the £25, go back and start afresh with the £3 bet instead of these that are getting a bit meaty, and you've got £25 to play with. So you can just clear the sheet, just delete your odds and your names, of course, get rid of those, and get rid of your results, and start afresh. Input your next odds. So just play it by ear, see what happens. So that's about it really. You can see all the Trixies right up to 20, all in the sheet there. Look, with all the profit and loss along the bottom. And if you want to know what's happening in any particular Trixie, you can go along the tabs at the bottom, and you can see the details of it in there. You see what's happening to individual doubles and the treble there, and see what the progress is there. Okay, so that is how to bet 20 Trixies and roll them all up together. Here's an example of a sheet in progress. I've been betting on Australian racing for quite some time on a Saturday morning, and I've started off 20 Trixies using a 50p stake, and last Saturday I managed to hit a couple of place horses. There's the results, and you can see the commission in Australia is rather more expensive than the 2% I pay in UK racing, and unfortunately I hit a loser today, and I was hoping to get a winner in there and then get up to £13, but unfortunately lost. Well, never mind, that's racing. So you can see my average odds are 2.06 at the moment, and I've hit 2 winners of course and 1 loser for 66% strike rate. Here are my 2 bets in my Betfair account. There's Thermosphere and there's Very Elegant, and you can see the commission rates here are 6.21 there and 6.05 there, and my first bet would have been £1.50, but I put £2 on Thermosphere there just to keep things nice and easy for me, although I've got £1.50 in the sheet. So there are my 2 winners. I just thought I'd better show this because I've been showing all the same odds previously in the previous part of this video. So this is just an example, so you can see you put any odds you like in, of course, any commission, and away you go. Okay, thanks for listening and good luck with your Trixies.